Hey, did you know Skyrim is multiplayer now? Well, if you're an active fan of our channel, I'd really hope so by now. But yeah, this is going to be the definitive video answering the question that we've been asked for so long now. How are you guys playing Skyrim in multiplayer, and how do I download Skyrim together? Now, not only is this going to be a download tutorial, because there's already like 5 of those that I think are probably going to be objectively better at explaining this process than me, but also a guide of what does and doesn't work in Skyrim Together. Because I think we're some of the most seasoned veterans on how Skyrim Together works at this point. You know, because it's our job. Now, downloading this thing. You're going to want to start off with downloading the mod manager Vortex off of Nexus Mods. I hate this thing with a burning passion, but trust me, it's the most convenient way to play this mod. Now that you've done that, you'll want to go and look for Skyrim Together Reborn, then download it via Mod Manager. When you click on that, a list of its dependencies should appear. Make sure you download whatever those dependencies are immediately. I don't know if at some point the dependencies will grow after this video is a year old or something, so just download whatever dependencies appear. The specifics do not matter. And if the dependencies aren't appearing for some reason, because jacks don't ever appear, just have a friend of yours try it too, and have them send you a link to all of the needed dependencies. Alright, now you should have it downloaded and showing in your mod section of Vortex. All you should have to do to open it is right-click the mod, open the folder, and open the Skyrim Together exe file. Now in case you did all of that and it's still not working, let me run you through all the solutions that we have found over our time playing this mod. If you have Anniversary Edition, open Skyrim in Steam first and download all of your Anniversary stuff, otherwise Together will not open. If it's still not working, make sure your NVIDIA overlay is turned off. This was claimed to have been fixed in the update in December 2024, but this has still happened sometimes to us. Alright, cool. Is it working? I sure hope so, because we haven't run into any other types of issues besides those, and if it's not working, I don't know how to help you. But assuming you're on team, yay, it's working! Stop celebrating. Because you need to go into Skyrim Together with the inherent understanding that this shit is not stable. It can be super fun, epic, borderline magical, but you will crash. That is a simple fact of life when it comes to Skyrim Together. So make sure that you quick save often. From personal experience, ever since the update in December 2024, the crashes have minimized drastically, but that does not mean never. Especially if you're playing with mods. But we'll cover that later. Now that it's working, you're probably wondering how to actually play with other people. To play with other people, all you gotta do is go to playtogether.gg online and make a server from there. And how to join that server is by pushing the bottom right control button on your keyboard or F2, and the menu will pop up, where you can join the lobby from there. 2 quick notes on this. Only ever join a server after you've completed the tutorial, and these servers only hold up to a max of 8 players. If you want a bigger server than that, you gotta pay for it from Shockbyte or some other server service. Okay. We have just finished covering how to play Skyrim Together. Now I urge you to please listen to my warnings on what does and doesn't work, and how to optimize your fun while minimizing your pain, as we have genuinely discovered everything we know about this mod firsthand. If you're trying to just play through the game normally, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you only have one party leader and have them ever talk to people. But even with that, issues will still occur. You're about to become best friends with the set stage command. If a quest isn't working, or an item isn't appearing, or for some reason you just cannot progress your quest, look up what that quest's ID is and follow the wiki to manually set yourself to the next stage of the quest. Without this, you will never beat any quest longer than 1 or 2 missions. Next up, cutscenes. If you go through a cutscene, make sure that if you're not the party leader, you load your previous save afterward. Because for some reason, going through cutscenes as a non-party leader has a high chance of impairing your vision at any point, even if it's literally like 2 hours later. But honestly, if your goal is to just try and play the game naturally, these are all you super have to worry about. Some small notes being, not all quest items will drop for all players. Houses are not synced for all players. Sometimes wolves, skeevers, and spiders are interchangeable between players' perspectives. Never, ever become a vampire. For some reason, it breaks Skyrim Together and causes more crashes for the inflicted player than anything else ever. And for the love of God, never get a follower or a pet. They will not work. But if you're trying to play this with PvP in mind, something we kinda maybe have a tad itty bitty bit of experience with, allow me to share with you our findings on that as well. Conjurations will never attack players. Literally any offensive perk on the skill tree doesn't work on players. Literally any defensive perk on the skill tree does work on players. Hitboxes? Atrocious, and magic will always be the meta unless that's ever fixed. Poisons? Don't work, and will crash your game if you make contact with another player using them. Rune, Wall of Element, Unbounded, and Mass spells don't work on players. Handmade potions don't register for other players, specifically things like invisibility. Sneak attacks don't change the damage the attack does at all to the players. Stunning players with wind shear, shield bashes, or anything like that, all it does is shake their screen a little bit. There's probably more that doesn't work, but those are the most important broad strokes of what you can expect to work in Skyrim PvP. But finally, let's talk about what people are going to be wanting information on the most with Skyrim Together. Modding. Go ahead, do it. It can be fun. I definitely say it's worth the attempt. But go into it expecting most of the shit you download to not work in Skyrim Together, or at least work under very weird circumstances. For example, we've used a mod that can turn a player into a dragon, but if the player tries to transform when anyone else is in the server, it forces everyone to transform, because the mod is only accounting for one player. But if the player transforms in the server, and then people join, the game registered that player as a player when they first joined the server, so they will just look like a goofy flying person to you. It only works if the person transforms out of the server and then joins the server, because when they connect and are registered as currently a dragon and works for everyone. That's the kind of thinking you're gonna have to undergo trying to use mods in Skyrim Together, and basically be fighting against the fact that all mods are coded for a single-player game. Alright, I have given you most of my knowledge up to this point on how Skyrim Together works. Despite all of the things that don't work and the many complications with it, I assure you that you'll still have a good time. Some things can be disappointing when they don't work, but honestly I forget about all of the issues after a massive dopamine rush from Fusro dawing my friends off of a mountain. I hope this video was helpful to some of you, and you're able to start having fun with this mod as we do. And obviously if you're new here, I'd recommend checking out literally any of our other Skyrim videos to have more of an understanding on how Skyrim Together functions. But yeah, that's about it. It's been an honor, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.